Alright, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today I'm going to be covering the Tier 9 Tech Tray Heavy Cruiser, the Johan De Witt, that was requested in the comment section of the last video. And I was like, okay, I'll cover the Johan. It's actually a ship I actually quite enjoy playing. When it came out, I actually didn't like it a lot, but it's grown on me. I do like this ship a lot now. And I'll cover it in this video and explain how I play it, show my stats or whatever, and show the ship characteristics, build, and everything, and the armor layout, whatever. If you want to skip straight to gameplay, you totally can. I'll keep the video chaptered for you guys. But if you want to look at my build, and armor layout, and ship characteristics, etc., you can just keep watching. Of course, if you do enjoy watching the channel, guys, I would appreciate a sub, or a like, anything really, or a comment, because it does help the algorithm out. But thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. So, let's start off with the armor layout for the Johan. It has a 25mm upper nose with a 40mm icebreaker. It has a 40mm side on top side. It also has a 20mm side, 27mm side, and a 30mm deck, and it has a 25mm aft. So you have to be careful against 380mm guns from your nose and your aft. And the citadel sits quite low, but you can get citadeled if you're turning, etc. So you do be careful. There is a turtle back, 25mm. The very steep, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Alright, so for my commander build, I'm running grease the gears, gun feeder, priority target, focus firing training, consumables enhancements, superintendent, survivability expert, adrenaline rush, and concealment expert. In terms of my equipment, I'm running main battery mod 3, which is reload mod, concealment system mod 1, I'm running airstrike mod 1, I'm running aiming system mod 1, hydro search mod 1, and main armaments mod 1. If you don't have hydro search mod 1, you can totally run damage control system mod 1. Something you need to know about this ship, it does burn for 60 seconds, even though it is a cruiser. So it does burn for quite a lot. In terms of the camouflage, I have the permanent camouflage, which looks like this. So I think it looks pretty cool, to be honest. But yeah. And I'll cover the ship characteristics right now. So if you want to skip straight to gameplay, you totally can. But I'm going to cover them right now. So you have 49,950 HP with a 19% torpedo protection damage reduction. For main guns, you have 9 240mm guns that reload every 14.1 seconds. You have 16 kilometers of gun range. And, well, 20% fire chance, so not too bad overall. You also have ship-based ASW. Sadly, you do get normal airstrike. Well, it's not sadly. You get normal airstrike, so we're getting decided to give heavy cruisers ship-based ASW. So you have to drive over subs with this thing, which is going to be pretty hard, of course, because this thing is pretty big and obvious. So it's going to be pretty hard to do that. But anyway, you have an airstrike too. I believe you have 2 launches. 72-second reload, 6.1k alpha on the bombs, 35% fire chance, and 36mm of pen. A defense, it's actually quite good. We do have DFA and Hydro in different slots, which means you can run both. And you, of course, have a nice heal. Well, it's a normal heal, but having a kill is pretty cool. But we'll talk about the heal because it is a bit different than a normal heal. Maneuverability, you go 33.7 knots with speed flag, so it's actually pretty slow overall. It is actually pretty slow. I didn't know it was this slow. It is pretty slow for a cruiser. 740-meter turning circle radius and 11.9 second rudder shift. For concealment, it is super stealthy for a heavy cruiser. You have 10-kilometer detection, which is quite good. It's quite good. But for the heal, it's kind of different, because you get a 38-second cooldown on it, or 40-second cooldown. So it has a quick cooldown like Massachusetts or Ohio or Georgia, which is pretty nice, having a quick cooldown. But that means you are going to burn through your heals fast, which means you might run out of heals pretty early on. We have Hydro, 5 kilometer, DFA, and damage control, of course. HE, AP, HE bomb airstrike, and we have ship-based ASW. But yeah, that's pretty much the Johan. If you want, I could cover the Van Spike in a future video, because I don't believe I made a video on the Van Spike. But I'm just gonna let you know, I do prefer the Johan De Witt over the Van Spike, at least so far. I think the Johan is a significantly better ship. And of course, I could cover the Howden Leo if you want also in a future video. But today we're covering the Johan De Witt. So let's go into the game in the Johan. Alright, so here we are on Northern Waters. Domination. Looks to be a tier 7 match. So pretty good for us. But let's see what's on the enemy team. We have a Tsurugi, Pommern, Borodino, Heinrich, Double Andalusia, Siegfried, Irian, Zara, and then a Groningen Gaja and a Submarine U-190. So it should be okay overall. I'm actually going to go to the A cap here, because we spawn like on that side, I guess. So I can just walk there. That's pretty much it, really. We have to worry about the Tsurugi mostly, because he can overmatch not just my 25, but he can also overmatch my 30, which is my middle part. So he's gonna do major damage to us if he does connect the shells, which he probably will. So we have to be really careful against him. But yeah, I'll skip this part so you guys aren't bored to death. Okay, so there's an Irian running it down middle right now. I'm confused. There is a Gaja next to A, but there was something in A on the enemy team. I think there's either... Yeah, there's a sub, I think, in A. Sadly, we missed a shot on the Irian. But luckily, Irian does not have smoke like Kutuzov, so we should be able to kill him. If we don't kill him, we're gonna be able to do some damage. There's a sub here. Have to be really careful of it. What is the Irian doing? Is he gonna take a torp? Ooh, yep, he does. Okay. Pretty good performance. We're gonna launch our airstrike against the Andalusia from behind. He's gonna reverse into it. We want to try catch him into the box, right? And that's kind of the nice thing with the Dutch cruisers is you can, even though we're not in a position to maybe get damage on the Andalusia from our main guns, we can get 13k with our ASWs. Now he did DCP there, so we're going to actually launch another set here of ASW. We're gonna hope he goes towards mid. If he goes towards A, well, we'll miss the ASW, but it's a prediction salvo. It looks like he's walking straight into it. 5 seconds though. Will we catch him in the box? Hopefully so. We get a permanent fire and 6,000 damage, which isn't too bad. So how you want to point the ASW if possible is you want the target to be bow in to your ASW. That way you can land as many bombs as possible. If you're dropping broadside targets, you're not going to be landing as many bombs as you want. But in this case, we still landed a few bombs, got 6k. But he was bow in the first one, as you saw. We got double damage in the first one because he was bow in. But now we want to try go for another ASW strike on him. He is molding. Let us go here. Let us hope that connects. I'm gonna load HE because we're gonna be fighting angled ships soon. I don't think I'm gonna hit. No, he's in the box. 6 seconds. 5, 4. He's sitting in the box. 3. Yeah, he's right in the box. Look at that. Let's see. And we get... Okay, we got 8.5k damage and another fire on him, which isn't too bad. We're kind of ruining his day, to be honest. He does actually DCP once again in front of an S189, which means he might actually take perma pings or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to unload on him again. We're up to 49k damage, which isn't quite a lot. I don't think we're gonna get much damage this game, because it seems like we are winning very fast. But it kind of is what it is, because with these live commentary games, no matter what happens, I'll just feature the game. I'm surprised I got pinged here instead of our Ruprecht, who's a battleship. But I guess I am a cruiser. Pings are more potent against cruisers, because the homing is stronger against cruisers. But anyway, so we get a permanent fire on the Andalusia. Double permanent, actually. But that's kind of what you want to be doing with these Dutch cruisers. Sadly, this game is really fast. But this is the game I'm gonna feature because I don't have time to record another one. This is how you're kind of meant to be playing the Dutch cruisers. Is you try to light a fire with the airstrike, and then you either set a permanent after the DCP with your main guns, or you set it with another airstrike. In this case, we're not going to be able to set permanents on the Siegfried, but I think we might be able to blow his DCP for our team. We get 6k damage there and a fire, which is what we want. He's not DCPing yet, which is kind of generous. That's good. We get some free damage from that. I'm going to rotate my guns to the other side of the map, so we maybe like get some chip damage on the Pommern before he does die. He does seem to be running it down, so I don't think he's going to live for long, to be honest. But we'll see. There's also a broadside Tsurugi. We could switch to AP and start poking at it. I don't know how much damage we're gonna get exactly, but we can try. No, he's angling, so there's no point to do that. Well, the Pommern's still broadside. Whatever. He broke my gun temporarily. Zara's bro's like, can we sneak a salvo into the Zara? Please. Okay, Tsurugi's in the box. 13 seconds. Can he stay in the box is the question. We got a Citadel on the Zara. If we can light a fire on this Tsurugi, that would be pretty crazy good, actually. If possible. If possible, of course. We get double fire and 17k damage from bombs and 6k damage from HE. The guy gets giga smashed, but he does DCP. Sadly, the Siegfried's gonna die, which means the game is over, so we cannot get close to my average damage. But it is what it is. I hope I kind of showed you what the ship is like, even though their team kind of like GG'd in 4 minutes. But anyway, let's take a look at the score here. So I'm just gonna reload the page. We take a look at the nice map wallpaper. Oh, we got 107k damage, 44 shell hits, 33 bomb hits, 2 citadels, 8 fires. Team score, we ended up getting 2nd place on our team after a Benem, which is quite sad on my part. I wanted top, but well, there wasn't enough time, I guess, for me. It is what it is. We got 41k on the Andalusia, mostly from ASW damage. Airstrike damage. We got 26k on the Tsurugi, 17k from bombs, by the way. We got some on the Siegfried and some on the Irian, and then chip damage on anything else. As you can see, 51k from bombs and some from AP and some from HE. You do need to mix your shell types with these types of ships, because you do have decent AP and decent HE, so it depends on the angle of the target. For my commander, once again, I'm running Grease the Gears, Gun Feeder, Consumable Enhancements, Adrenaline Rush, Superintendent, Priority Target, Focus Firing Training, Survivability Expert, and Concealment Expert. I run the same build on my Howden Leo, by the way. For my equipment, I'm running Main Battery Mod 3, Concealment System Mod 1, Airstrike Mod 1, Aiming System Mod 1, Hydro Search Mod 1, and Main Armaments Mod 1. In terms of my statistics in the Johan De Witt, right, so for my statistics in the Johan, I have 122k average damage, 25 games played, 80% win rate, so not too bad overall. I think my average could be higher if I wanted, but I need to play the ship more, of course. But I'll try. We'll see. But 122k average isn't too bad. 80% win rate is not too bad. Pretty decent statistics in the ship. And the ship, by the way, to find it, you go into Tech Tree up here. You click the Netherlands, and you go up this line, and it's at tier 9 here, the Johan De Witt. If you want to see a video on Godin or Haarlem, let me know in the comments below. Or, for example, on the alternative Johan De Witt, which is Van Spijk, which is actually not a Johan, it's actually a Haarlem at tier 9. But if you want to see that, let me know in the comments below. I will cover it in a future video. But that's pretty much the Johan. In terms of what I think about the Johan, I actually quite enjoy playing the ship. I think it's a wonderful tier 9. I hated it when it came out, but I have to say I was wrong. I got better at the ship. I think it's pretty good. So I'm happy playing the ship. I think it's wonderful. And it's quite balanced. I wouldn't say it's overpowered or anything. I think it's quite balanced in terms of its power level. It's not weak and it's not overpowered. I think it's just a good ship in the game. But that's pretty much the Johan. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Do let me know what ship you want me to feature next. And of course, if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like, a comment, and a sub to the channel. It will help out the algorithm significantly. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Big fan.